Okay, hello, hello. All right, sorry, we had a bit of a technical little glitch there, but hopefully we're up and running. Let me know if you're here. Let me just see if I can do this screen a little different. All right, well, hopefully we're all up and running and you can actually hear me. Just going to pop the chat there so that you're able to say hello and that you can hear me okay. And good to see who's here. Oh, hello, Carla, you're here. How beautiful. All right. Oh, excellent. Thank you so much. All righty. Well, a very big hello to you and thank you so much for joining me today on my webinar on rebuilding your self-belief and really knowing your worth. Now, I am really excited to share what I've prepared for you today and I really believe that you'll find it valuable and relatable and applicable. So I just want to start off by encouraging you to be really present as possible, be really here for you today. I know that there's a lot of women that weren't able to join us who'd love to be here because of time zones and work commitments and what have you, but I will be sharing the replay. So you'll be able to and they'll be able to access it anytime once we're finished today. So don't worry too much about taking heaps of notes or missing anything because that replay will be available. Alrighty, now I am very respectful of time. I know how busy we all are, so we've got about 45 minutes together. So let's dive in. All right, now you've shown up here for a reason, to rebuild your self-worth, to really discover, embrace, and find your inner strength and power. Now it's always been there, but too often, as life goes by and we deal with and we face things and we're confronted by and we're challenged with, we forget how brilliant and capable we are, till we're actually feeling so low and depleted that we're simply exhausted and, we become desperate for change. So the 5 tips and tools that I really want to share with you today will really help you get back on track to feeling more positive and hopeful and confident and to be able to really stand tall and to shine and really bring out that confidence and that inner knowing that you have what it takes, that you can create the life you desire, that you can believe in yourself with all your heart once again. So I encourage you to stay to the end because I do have a special offer and a free gift for one of you as well. So just as we wait for anyone else to pop on, I just thought I'd introduce myself and just share briefly a little of my story. So my name is Karen and I'm the Love the Life You Live coach. I'm the mother to 2 amazing young men and partner to my soulmate. And we live in a beautiful country coastal town and, life is really good. But about a decade ago, my life looked so much different. I struggled for so many years with very low self-worth. I struggled with all those dark, negative feelings of not being good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, enough. And it was after my second divorce that I sunk into despair, feeling like a complete failure, riddled with guilt and with shame. I felt like I'd let my kids down, myself down, even my ex-partners down. My self-worth plummeted even further, but nobody knew because I kept a brave face. And at my lowest, I thought it would be better for everyone and so much easier for myself. And I don't say this lightly, but to end it all. But it was during that time, one of those dark nights of the soul that I realized that my kids needed me. I had to get up. I had to find a way to do better, to be better. There had to be more for me in this life. And I really wanted to be a beautiful example for my sons. So I picked myself up and I started looking. And along the way, I found some amazing mentors and teachers. I immersed myself in great books. I went back to full-time study as a professional counsellor and later went on to write my first book, Dare to Dream Your Journey of a Lifetime. And from there, I opened my counselling practice and life coaching practice. So now I can honestly say that I wake up smiling each morning, excited and ready and with a healthy self-belief. Now I still have my odd down moment, but it doesn't last very long because I've trained my mind so well to be aware and to work through whatever comes up by using the tools that I've learned. And of course, some of those I'll be sharing with you today. I know what it feels like to feel so low, to feel so alone and helpless, but I also know how brilliant and capable you are to bring about the changes you desire and how to get there. You know, my greatest catalyst for change and being where I am today was not only my two sons, but my deep burning desire to believe in myself, to believe that I could do something great with my life, and to really be able to embrace, accept, forgive, and love myself. And that was a really big one. But I knew I had the power. I knew I had to be in control if ever my life was going to change, because I knew that my thoughts, my actions, my choices, even though the mentors and the teachers and the books, you know, played a massive role, I knew that ultimately it was up to me. Now, to do that, I had to learn to believe in myself. I had to build my self-confidence. I had to trust in myself and in my ability to go find whatever I needed whenever I needed it along the way. And so that's exactly what I did. So again, I just encourage you to stick around to the end, especially if you really are struggling, you know, because I believe you will gain some valuable insight and tools to really help you get started today, to bring back the changes you desire and for the changes that you know that you must make, for some of you, as if your life depends on it. So let's take a look at self-belief. You know, what is self-belief? It's a deep inner knowing that you are worthy, loving and lovable. That, oh, there seems to be other sounds on here, and I'm not sure how to remove that, ladies. I am sorry, but I am picking up on a couple of you, yeah, chatting. So I don't know if you're able to mute yourself there just for the moment. That would be great, but that's okay. We'll still keep plugging along. So we're talking about self-belief. What is it? And it's that deep inner knowing that you are worthy, loving and lovable, that you are capable to pursue and do and create your heart's dreams and desires. Now, it's a knowing that no matter what obstacles you face, what ridicules, what challenges you face, that you're able to find the answers, that you're able to find the solutions, that you're able to rise above any negativity that shows up because you believe in yourself. You believe in your ability to get things done, to learn, to grow, to find what you need whenever you need it. You know, you have faith in your ability and in who you are. So what comes up when we don't believe that in ourselves? And I'm sure you already know, because that's why you're here. You know, and it's fear, it's doubt, anger, stress, depression, that lack of confidence and self-worth. And it's debilitating, with a million thoughts swirling around. You know, what if I can't? What will others think of me? What will others say about me? You know, what if it's just not possible for me? I can't, I won't, it's too risky, I'll probably fail anyway. And you see a dark shadow begins to form over your very being and into the depths of your soul. But with light, with love, courage, intention, action, and the right tools, you can cast it away and you can rebuild your self-belief. Because what comes with self-belief is that excitement, dedication, desire, willingness, joy, hope, possibilities, resilience, and the creation of your dreams and desires, and really living a life that you love. Because the real truth, sorry, I'm just going to see if I can just change that there, okay. Because the real truth is that you have to take responsibility and cultivate your own self-belief. You have to take ownership for it. You know, no one can do it for you. Certainly surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting people who believe in you will help make a massive difference. But ultimately, it will come from within you. From you raising your awareness and taking action to learn and to retrain your mind into a state of self-belief. And I'm here to remind you that you already have it within you. But you have to rediscover it. You have to believe it to be true. You have to tap back into it and really reconnect with yourself and your self-belief that's possibly lied dormant within you for a very long time. So let's just go back for a moment and really see where this self-belief came from, or lack of self-belief, I should say. Now, we know that it's not our past experiences that influence our current experiences as such. It's what we do with it. It's what we think about it, and it's how we use it. Now, our past experiences can stop us in our tracks if we choose to take it all on board and we allow the negative ones to take residency in our mind, getting darker and bigger and deeper as each day, month and year passes by. Now, Marianne Williamson has a beautiful quote. Excuse me. She says, two people can go through the exact same experience on an external level, but internally they do two completely different things with it. That's why we hear of some people who went through something like the Holocaust and go on to lead extraordinary lives, and others who go through only a fraction of that, but they stay stuck in it forever. You have the power for everything and anything you experience, think and feel to go either way, to being extraordinary or to staying stuck. So now I just wanted to share with you just a few moments from my past that I carried around for so long, to the point of not even realizing it or remembering, till I started my personal development journey, my training, and really looking deep within my mind for answers. Till then, they remained deep in my subconscious for so long. They still played havoc in my decisions and in my lack of self-worth and, ever believing in myself. Now, I could share with you many a story here, but I just want to share a few moments. And maybe it might bring up for you some moments that you'll recognize regarding some of the thoughts that you've taken on board, and, how it may have affected some of the decisions and choices that you've made. So firstly, when I was in high school as a senior, I went to the school dance, and back then they were called blue light discos. They were chaperoned by the boys in blue, the police. Well, I got myself ready and I was very excited, and picture, if you will, I was walking down the street in a miniskirt, fishnet stockings, and the highest black patent leather heels that you could imagine. Not sure how I was allowed to leave the house like that, but at the time I thought I was rocking it. Till a car drove past and a bunch of boys yelled out, learn to walk in your heels. And then they laughed so loudly as they drove off. And, it made me feel really sad. I felt embarrassed, I felt ugly, and, well, just stupid. So feeling a bit depleted, when I arrived at the disco, the boy that I was meeting, the boy that I liked, well, turned out he didn't really fancy me anyway. So another blow reinforced by those moments earlier. Later, a few years later, my husband at the time took me to his gym and very excitedly pointed out the aerobics instructor, and he said, you could look like that if you work out really hard. And later I remember him not sharing his chocolate with me because I wasn't as fit and thin as he was. Later again, my dad, and he's very say it like it is way, confronted me when I visited him one day just with my hair pulled back in a ponytail. And he said, ugh, you really shouldn't wear hair like that. It really doesn't suit you. Your ears are too big, your forehead's too big. I looked back and I remembered for years how I felt like I always had to do my hair perfectly before I left the house. Well, as perfect as I could. Like never would I have dared to just pop down to the shop to get a few groceries with my hair in a ponytail. And it wasn't until years later that, when I connected the dots that it dawned on me. Now, maybe that sounds like nothing. I do hope you can hear me because the rain is starting to really pelt at the moment. So I hope you can still hear me. But maybe that all seems like nothing. Or you know what, maybe it sounds a bit harsh, and just for a moment you might think, assholes. But these few comments alone in my teens and early 20s really shut me down for years, and I allowed them to take hold, and I believed, that these people knew me better than me. They had judged me, and well, they must be right because I am stupid, ugly, worthless, and just not capable. Now, I remembered a decade or so later working in a pub, and I got to know one of the patrons really well. And in a chat after work, he said to me one night, you're really nice. I'm afraid the boys here all think you're a bit of a snob. Well, you see, I didn't talk to people very much because what if they actually got a good look at me? What if they actually saw how ugly and stupid I was? I wasn't a snob at all. I was afraid to get close in fear that they'd see me as I am, or as I thought I was. So I'd like to now go in and share with you the 5 tips and tools that really will help you to rebuild your self-confidence, to get you back on track, creating and living the life you love by believing in yourself. So firstly, you want to forgive yourself for taking whatever happened to you to such a deep place that it shut you down. Because what's done is done. It cannot change. You did what you did with what you knew and believed at the time, or you took on board someone else's negativity, harsh words and comments without realizing that their thoughts, their lashing out, their negativity was a reflection of them and their fears that actually caused them to react with only the knowledge that they had in that moment. And the only thing that you can do with that is to forgive yourself. Be glad for the awareness. Take whatever lessons are there for you and move forward knowing that you can, knowing that you now know so much more since then. So just another quote that actually really relates to this is by Deepak Chopra, and he says, it helps to remember that everyone is living from their own level of consciousness. Now this quote truly helps to have a greater capacity for understanding, empathy and love. It is one of my favourite quotes. Now, there is no special tool or system to forgiveness. Forgiveness is a choice to let go, to be empathetic, kind, loving and understanding to yourself, to others, to what happened. We must simply choose to forgive ourselves and to move forward. Forgiveness really is a gift that you give to yourself to free yourself. Now, you can stand in front of the mirror and you can say, I forgive you. You know, add in your name, I forgive you, Karen. You are a beautiful soul with so much to give. You have learned so much, and I now release you from the burden and the pain that comes from holding on to that which does not serve you. I forgive you. Now, this is also a beautiful meditation exercise to sit with, to call in all those moments and people and forgive each one as they come to mind. Now, I don't talk too much more on meditation throughout this webinar as there isn't enough time. But I truly encourage it every day for everything, you know, as a daily practice to train your mind to be still and just to enjoy the peace that comes from that. And also to use it to ask for guidance and direction. So I'm just going to say, you know, if you are new to meditation and you do have any questions, then feel free to email me because I'm more than happy to answer them for you. So just back to forgiveness. I know it's not an easy task, and often a therapist is required to work through those really deep, dark, traumatic experiences. But it truly is something that we can all choose freely. You know, we have to choose to forgive to make it so. We have to choose to let it go, knowing that we will free ourselves from one of the greatest things that will ever hold us back from really living the life we desire, from truly living and being who we were born to be. Now, my second tip. Let's just take another look back into the past, but this time I want you to bring to mind you know, all those things that you have achieved, you know, all the things that when you really think about them, you're really proud of, you know, you did it. Too often we're so focused on all the negative that we don't see, we even forget all the good stuff, all that came from believing ourselves. Even if at the time you were really fearful, you pushed through and you did it anyway. You can now draw on that and really use it to confirm and to remind yourself that you believed in yourself then. You did it, you can do it again. You know, you achieved whatever it is, so you can do it again. But I'd like to encourage you to make it permanent. This time, allow those thoughts to stay in your mind, you know, so that you can draw on it each time you doubt yourself, each time you think negatively about yourself, each time you hit a challenge, each time someone says something hurtful. Now, to really instill that in your mind, you know, create an affirmation for it. Now, an affirmation is simply a positive, repetitive thought or statement of what is or what you desire to be. And I will expand on that shortly. But, you know, your affirmation could be as simply as, I achieve whatever I put my mind to. Or, I believe in myself. I've done it before. I can do it again. Now, Louise Hay is amazing when it comes to affirmations. So I encourage you to look her up and get some really good ideas. All right. Now, with this second tip, I also want to really encourage you to start praising yourself today, every day, to really be your own cheerleader, which leads me into my third tip, and that's really to start paying attention to your self-talk. You know, the things that you say and you think regularly, and no doubt you've heard it before, thoughts become things, and you feel what you focus on. You see, our brains are wired to take note of what we notice, feel, and think consistently. It says, well, it must be important to you, so I'll ensure that you see and experience more of it. Now, this works both ways. If you're focused on your goals, if you have a positive outlook, and you're feeding your mind constantly with uplifting, productive and positive thoughts, reading and activities, you'll experience more of the same. So it's really important to be aware that if you continually focus and notice everything that's wrong, bad, too hard, not done, and you have yourself in a victim or a helpless mindset, a lower vibration, you know, telling yourself, I can't, I'm not good enough, I don't believe I can, then you'll experience more of the same. And the universe will ensure that that's what you experience more of because, well, it must be important to you because you're giving all your energy to it. Now, you can start by taking an inventory of your thoughts. You know, over the next couple of days or week, write down whatever comes up for you. You know, what you find your mind thinking about regularly or where it's traveling off to or getting stuck in. You could even ask your family and friends, what do I talk about a lot? You know, what do I seem to focus on regularly? Now, the answers may surprise you. And if it's not positive and productive, you're now aware of it. You see, and awareness is the foundation for change. So from there, You can begin to change it by retraining your mind and not only affirming the things that you do love, that you do desire every day, but by taking action. You see, affirmations are fantastic, but often they can become just nice words or a nice thought, particularly when we're affirming things that we really do want. You know, we seem to have mastered them in the area of lack and self-doubt and self-sabotage. But too often, our negative beliefs are so deeply rooted that the beautiful positive desires and affirmations that we have don't come to be. Now, I'm sure that you've experienced it, or you know someone who has. You know, they or you, they truly desire something and they're affirming, you know, money, love, and it never comes because their subconscious negative limiting beliefs are overruling, you know, and they're not even aware of it. So what we want to do is we want to expand our affirmations into something I like to call affirmations. So firstly, with your affirmations, you know, say them morning, noon and night. Stick them up where you'll see them regularly to remind you how you want to feel, how you want to live, how you want to be. And say them over and over again until it's ingrained in your mind and becomes an automatic thought. Just like all the negative ones, because remember, you learnt those too. So make your new affirmation a beautiful new habit and way of thinking and way of being by an affirmation. So just an example of my affirmation. Let's say you have let's say you want a beautiful, loving relationship with your partner. Let's just call him John. You know, maybe it's not so great with John right now. And, you know, you're affirming, I have a beautiful relationship with John. I have a beautiful, loving relationship with John. This is where you now go out and you find ways to improve it. You know, you might start doing nice things, fun, spontaneous things with John. You might start being a lot more affectionate, you know. You might surprise John at first. But you take action to really change the energy in that relationship. You go out and you find ways to bring those words to life, you know, your new affirmation and your new desired truth. And the more that you do that, the more you reinforce and you reaffirm and you instill that belief. Now, that all might sound really obvious, but there are so many people out there that are affirming things that they want, things that they truly desire, but that's as far as it goes. You know, and their limiting doubts and beliefs are really running the show, and there's no action to really build that momentum and create and instill that belief. Now, of course, when it comes to affirmations with building your self-belief, the tips and tools that I'm sharing today, you know, are some of the actions that you can start to implement, you know, to really reinforce and reaffirm and build your self-belief. Now, I also just want to add to be ever so mindful of your I am statements, because you're affirming exactly those things. So if they're not what you want them to be, change them today, starting with, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I do believe in myself, I am so freaking capable. Even if at first you don't believe it, which I will cover in a moment, but say it again and again. And it just reminds me of a little story I wanted to share, the story of the little red caboose. It's a childhood story. Now, he had a massive hill to climb to save the day. And he started out with doubt, you know, but in that story, he started to say over and over, you know, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And as he kept going and he pushed through, it became, I know I can, I know I can, I know I can. And I'm sure you know, but when he got to the top of the hill and he'd saved the day and he was heading down the other side, it became, I knew I could, I knew I could, I knew I could. It's just a little brief snippet of that story, but, you know, what a beautiful story to instill in our children. Now, I do just want to add to the third tip to also start thinking about what it is that lights you up. You know, let's really get those beautiful thoughts going by journaling and meditating every day on the things that you're really passionate about, on the things that really light you up. And if you're unsure, take a little journey back and, you know, look at all the moments where you felt really happy and alive. And you'll know them because you'll be smiling. You know, what were you doing at the time? How can you incorporate more of that into your life? Now, of course, my fourth tip that I'd like to share with you is a mirror exercise. This was shown to me by a beautiful mentor I met very early on in my personal development journey. He said, walk up to the mirror every day and say, I love you, Karen. Now, when I first heard it and I tried it, honestly, I felt ridiculous. I saw nothing but faults and ugliness, you know, my big ears and my big forehead, just to name a few. But I really trusted my teacher and I knew the benefits, so I kept going every morning. I love you, Karen. Now, resistance would come up as I kept saying it, and I didn't really believe it. You know, I love you, Karen. I love you. You're right. Look at you. But my determination and consistency won till I finally looked, I said it, and I actually felt it. You know, I love you, Karen. So I really want to encourage you to start saying this every morning to yourself. And if negative thoughts come up for you, ask yourself, how is it justified? Who did you listen to? And remember, you know, you are the expert in your life. Nobody knows you like you do. And it really is true that we cannot fully give what we don't have. And the greatest of all is love. And and self-belief comes from love. So lastly, my fifth tip was to get yourself a mentor. If you're truly looking to change, to discover, to create, to build those figuratively speaking mind muscles like a courage and self-belief and self-love and confidence, and you really want to bring to life your dreams and desires and create a life you love and love the person that you'll be spending the rest of your life with, then find yourself a mentor. You know, a great mentor will guide you, support you, and help you gain the clarity, direction, tools, and resources that you need. A great mentor will hold you positively accountable. A great mentor will help you do that internal deep dive to remove any blocks and to help you to clear and replace those negative limiting beliefs with new empowering beliefs that you can then use to really help you move forward with such a beautiful force as you create what it is you desire. I know the impact of having no self-belief and such low self-worth has in your life. And although it took me years to discover it, uncover it, and break free from it, it doesn't have to take you as long. You don't have to suffer or allow it to hold you back any longer. You can become aware of it today. You know, choose to think differently, choose to focus differently, choose to take action, choose to create the beautiful life you desire, choose to start believing in yourself. Because the greatest relationship that you'll ever have, you know, the relationship that you can never hide from, and the one that affects all other relationships, is the relationship you have with yourself. And to create what you desire, to live with joy, love, and meaning, you must see the truth of who you are. You must see and believe how beautiful, capable, worthy, and amazing you are. Now, that truth is within you. It's within everyone. But you have to bring it back to the surface, and you have to make it your absolute number one truth. So ladies, I know that was a lot of information. So I really just want to do a little quick recap for you. So the first tip was to forgive yourself. You can't afford not to, and you're the only one that can. You know, why choose to hold onto stuff that can't change and only leads to misery? And my second tip was to really draw on all your past achievements and successes. You know, to really instill that belief, you know, knowing you did it before, you can do it again. But this time to carry it with you always, you know, to remember you feel what you focus on. Praise yourself every day with compliments and reminders of all that good stuff, and be your own cheerleader. You know, Dolly Parton has a fabulous little quote. She says, sometimes you have to toot your own horn or no one will know you're coming. It's just a fun little food for thought there. Now, thirdly, the third tip was to pay attention to your self-talk, to what you regularly think and say to yourself, because you are listening. And your brain is taking note to ensure that what you focus on regularly, what you think about regularly, you experience again and again, because you're effectively saying, this is important to me. And the fourth tip was to start using the mirror exercise today. You know, I love you, Karen. Say it again and again and again, every morning, every morning, every morning until you do. And last but not least was to get yourself a mentor. You know, all those who've succeeded personally and professionally and at elite levels have a mentor. And they tell you, I wouldn't be where I am today without my mentor or coach. And of course, I'd say the same for myself. You know, my life's work and passion is really helping women who are stuck break free, helping them with whatever they desire and present with specifically as a coaching client, but also to ensure that they discover how beautiful, capable, worthy, and amazing they are. Because for too long as women have we believed so much that isn't true. For too long have we forgotten our innate self and all that we're capable of. For too long have we allowed doubt and fear to crush our dreams. For too long have we suffered and caused ourselves so much unnecessary heartache. Well, it's time for change, to break free and to live and feel and experience life as the authentic, beautiful, amazing, unique woman you are. You know, we have to step out of the shadows that we've cast upon ourselves. We have to be proud of who we are, of what we look like, of what we're excited about, of what we dream of doing, and feel so free to be able to go out and do it, despite what anyone says. Let others say what they say. You know, this really is the root of all that stops us, you know, what we take on board and what we allow to become our truth. You're not responsible for that or for them. You don't have to listen, and you don't have to associate with them. You can send them love and go on your way. You choose your life, your desires, your way, as you know, with so much love, grace, and integrity. So if you're ready to break free from all the doubts, limitations, and that lack of self-belief and confidence, then I'd be more than honored to help you. So start today with the tips and tools that I've shared, because I know that they work. I've applied them in my own life, and I've shared them with many clients, and the results are life-changing. So again, if you're ready and this feels right for you, you know, I'd really like to offer you something special. Now, as I mentioned in my 5th point, the power and importance of having a mentor. You know, this is where you get to take control back. You get your power back, your self-belief, so that you can go on to live and love and grow, and to go on and become the beautiful, powerful woman that you are, bringing to life your dreams and desires and not allowing anything to hold you back. And ultimately, the only thing that will ever hold you back is you. So for the next 24 hours, I'm offering a special discount on my 3-month Awaken Your Best Self and Transform Your Life coaching package. Now, this is designed to help women who are really struggling with self-confidence, who struggle in love and finding love in their careers because of their low self-belief and confidence. Women who aren't living the life they desire because their lack of self-belief and confidence is really holding them back. This program is designed to transform your life and to really discover and fall in love with the one person who can ultimately change it, and that's you. You know, we have everything we need within us to create a beautiful life. But so often we need direction, a place to start, someone to guide us, you know, someone to believe in us before we believe in ourselves. So I really want to encourage you to start using the tools that I've shared. And I also just want to add that I know the coaching journey isn't for everyone, and that's okay. Or perhaps for you, the doubts are showing up. And I know, I understand, it happened to me years ago when I first looked into coaching. But if what I've shared resonates with you, if you feel an excitement within you and thoughts of like, I could actually do this, you know, what a difference it will make in my life. I'll be free and able to really create the life that I love. Then just click on the link that I will provide later. You know, all you have to do is in the next 24 hours is to book in a free discovery call with me to receive the special offer of over $700. Now, this is a free call with no obligation, and in our call we'll discover exactly what it is that you desire, where you're struggling, and if a coaching journey together is just what you need. Now, I also did mention in the beginning my free giveaway, and this will be a copy of my book, Dare to Dream Your Journey of a Lifetime, for the first woman who actually goes in and books her discovery call. And of course, after our chat, when you sign up, whether you sign up or not, I'll get a copy of the book in the mail to you as a thank you. So my beautiful friend, are you ready to jump on the phone to talk about you, your life, your dreams and desires, and how you can regain your self-belief and confidence that you know has been holding you back? And our coaching journey together will really help you get those results that you desire. Ladies, I know how capable you already are, but I also know how powerful these negative and limiting beliefs are, and how they can really stop you from ever achieving your dreams and desires and really living the beautiful life that deep down you know you deserve. Don't allow them to hold you back any longer. They're only stronger than you if you let them. So lock in your call today and start rebuilding your self-belief. You can awaken your best self and transform your life, and really bring back to life that beautiful, capable, amazing woman you already are, who is confident, who does believe in herself no matter what. You know, remember how confident you were as a child. You know, you dreamt and you played and you did what felt good without thought, and over the years it got pushed down deep inside. You need to bring that back more than ever now. You know, that beautiful innate state of being, that beautiful woman inside who is waiting for you to free her. So let's bring her back. Now, I'll also just add, if a woman that you know or love is struggling in these areas, then I welcome you to share this with her as well. So I just want to wrap up by saying, and I will check the comments in a moment, but I just want to wrap up by saying, you know, the greatest investment that you'll ever make is in you. Not only will it improve and enhance your life, you know, in all areas, personally and professionally, it'll also have a beautiful impact on those you love. As your presence and beautiful new energy naturally lifts and inspires others. And that is a beautiful gift to you, to those you love, to your community, and ultimately to the world. So, ladies, I really want to thank you for joining me today. And I will say, I'll just have a little bit of a read of what's come up here. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Kana. Yeah, self-taught me. Absolutely. That's beautiful. I know you have to pop off to a meeting, so that's beautiful. And no doubt, I'm sure I will talk to you soon. Yeah, so ladies, look, if you have any questions, thank you, Sunny. Oh, beautiful. You know, I welcome you to email me at lovethelifeyoulive@karenofford.com or to lock in your call, and of course we can just discuss it then, as no questions seem to be coming up now, which is okay. All right. So once again, I really want to thank you for joining me, and I really do hope that this provided some value for you. So I'm Karen Offord, the Love the Life You Live coach, really helping women awaken their best self and transform their lives. So till next time, here's to your success and loving the life you live with the person that you'll always be with, you.